Alright, I've got some exciting news for all you Turkish language learners out there. We're going to have a free online card game event for that language. It's coming up. To know the exact date and time, check out the title of this video. And if you want to sign up to play, you can visit languagecardgames.com. There's more details there about what game we play, how we play. You can look at the top blog article. It's stuck to the top. It talks through all the details. Or if you're ready to go, just go to the home page, check the date and time, make sure that can work for you, and there's a sign-up form right on the home page. But why this language has become extra exciting for me to organize is because I have some native Turkish speakers who I'm acquainted with who want to help us. And I also have at least 2 players who are very interested in learning the Turkish language, and they've been very good, very dependable players who come out a lot, and they really want to learn that language more. So we have a good foundation to develop a strong Turkish language gaming group. So if you've been learning this language too, and if you're interested to play card games and meet other positive people from around the world who are learning Turkish, I want to sincerely and warmly welcome you to come out and join us. Try something new. Get outside of your comfort zone. I think the problem that a lot of language learners have, especially as they get older and they're out of school and they're busy with life, is they think they can improve their language learning skills by themselves at home in their free time, maybe through working with textbooks, maybe with some apps poking, keeping up their streaks, maybe watching some YouTube videos. All that stuff is good. I'm not against that, but the problem is they kind of lose sight of the fact that languages are meant to be used. They're meant to be spoken. They're meant to be felt in communion with other people. They're supposed to dovetail with your blossoming friendships. So don't forget the human connection part of all of this. The games help us to do that. They bring people together around the table. They help get people focused on something to talk about so they don't feel anxious or shy about what to talk about, and they don't have to just make up conversation. There's different topics through the game that we can talk about. So the game is just a vehicle. If you don't really think of yourself as a gamer, it's okay. Like recently I invited someone on Twitter, because I'm pretty active on there about the games. I invited someone to play and he said, wow, this seems really cool, but I'm actually horrible at card games, so I don't think I should join. The gaming part of it is just really an excuse for us to get together and have fun. It's a vehicle or a Trojan horse for the educational component, which is strong. We have a collaborative, cooperative style of play, and we allow people to share answers and look up answers as they go. The point is the learning, and people often have really fun and really memorable sort of tangential conversations during the gameplay. And not only that, but we always have a very qualified and positive host to help teach and guide people, not just about the game, which is actually fairly easy, but they actually help moderate and teach and guide players through the target language. So in the upcoming Turkish game, for example, we're going to have some native Turkish speakers in the room who can check us and vet us and teach us in real time. A little bit about the background context. How long have we been doing this, and what is our sort of record of success? Well, we started doing this in April of 2023, and since that time we've had about 60 online games for several different languages. We've had roughly 50 to 60 players come out, some of them as much as 7, 8, 9 times, so they've become some of our top players. Now, if you become one of our top players, you're going to show up on the leaderboard on the home page of the languagecardgames.com website. Right now, Wendy is our front runner there. And you're also going to be in the running to receive a free deck at the end of the year. The top player at the end of the year gets a free, professionally printed deck of this game that we're using. The game is called Heading into Language Land. I actually have the real edition right here. Let me just show you some of the cards really quick. This is a game that I designed. Let me show you one of the wizard cards, some of the topics there. This is a card game that I specifically designed as a language learner for language learners. It's one of the few games in the world that's meant for this purpose. And it has all original artwork. It has a backstory. You can read the story behind the game, which has characters who battle and learn different languages. So there's some language learning philosophy behind it. That's really fun. It's really a whole world that I'm building. And if you really like this game, if you really like what we're doing, there's even more exciting offers, like there's holographic cards, foil cards that you can collect. And we also can design your own game card. We can do card commissions. I have 2 good customers and friends who, in the recent several months, I've designed their own game cards for. So we made their own character. We put the topics that they wanted to speak about, and now they have a fully compatible game card that they can use in the game when they play. So again, the game is called Heading Into Language Land, and I have a playlist for it right here on my YouTube channel. So if you go to the homepage of my YouTube channel and look for the Heading Into Language Land playlist, you will see all the videos ever made about that game. You'll see playthroughs, live games, explanations of every card. You'll see interviews with artists who I worked with to make the original artwork, and so on. But don't get confused, there's another playlist for the 2nd edition, which I'm currently working on. I'm showing progress videos. So there's a Heading Into Language Land 2 playlist. Maybe don't look at that one, look at the first one so you can kind of see and understand what we're doing. So our goal is to make language learning truly unforgettable. A lot of people approach language learning kind of like it's a chore. They feel it's a struggle, and they're trying to do this in isolation. They're approaching it too academically. It's too boring. It's too dry. So they can't sustain it over time, and they give up after a few months. So our goal is to provide the best way you can possibly add some enrichment into your practice. Imagine getting together with other players who love the target language same as you do. They're positive and fun-loving people because they like to play games at a table. I mean, it seems like that's kind of a rarer and rarer thing in the world today. Everybody just likes to play on phones nowadays. But the types of people I roll with like to socialize and convivialize around the table. So I think this really has an opportunity to keep your motivation up and keep your fire burning for language learning. When you get together with groups of people who are mixed age, mixed ability, different backgrounds, but they're all learning that same target language, they all have something to share. They all have something to teach. And when you chat with them and share some stories and have some laughs around the game, that forms deeper, more vivid memories. And it forms deeper, more vivid memories more easily, with less stress, with less strain. You don't really have to try so hard. You don't have to sort of beat yourself over the head to study and memorize things because your mind is so open and you're so relaxed. It goes in more deeply. Now, if you come out more regularly, you're going to get exponential results. We're doing a different language every week. So if you only were learning one of our target languages, maybe you could only come out once a month. But if it happens that you're learning 2 or 3 of our target languages that we have groups for, you could potentially come out every Saturday. Just think if you had that bit of spice in your language learning routine every single week or every few weeks. We currently have active groups for Spanish, Mandarin, Japanese. Turkish is getting stronger and stronger. And then from time to time, other languages pop up too. If we just feel like getting together, certain types of people, like if I get a few extra people contacting me about French, we make the date, we set it up, and we try to do it. Recently, I had someone asking me about Korean. Here's the thing, I have a standing offer. If you're interested to game in a target language that we don't currently have a date set for, I will do this deal. You find 2 people besides yourself who are learning that target language, who also want to game with us, and then I will do it with you. I'll set the date, and I'll even try to go and find other people who want to join us, potentially high-level speakers or native speakers, because my circle of contacts is expanding. I keep lists for different languages of people who want to game, but we just don't have enough players yet. So for things like Korean or German or Italian or French, sometimes we've done some of those languages in the past, but the group's not very strong yet. It's kind of like in its It's just beginning to sprout. So, again, where can you get more information? Go to languagecardgames.com. That's languagecardgames.com. You can always see the upcoming schedule of games there and sign up. If you sign up, that's not a guarantee that you're in the game, but what it does is it puts you on my list of people to invite. And so as long as you're on my invite list, whenever a game's coming up, I'll let you know, I'll reach out to you. Now, some players have been more consistent. They've been coming out super regularly, so I prioritize them and I invite them first. I work my way down the invite list. Okay, but we always love new players to come. It's so much fun to have new people in the room to get to know. And we also welcome all levels. So don't worry about your level. Don't think, oh, my level's not good enough, I'm not ready to play. No one's ever ready, At some point, you just have to jump in. But if it helps, let me also mention that we have pre-built study guides for Spanish, Mandarin, and Japanese. So if you really kind of want to get yourself prepared to perform better in the game, maybe I can shoot you that study guide in advance. You can always email me, excuse me, you can always email me at languagecardgames@gmail.com. All right, I hope this video helps a lot. I hope it inspires you to add some enrichment into your routines, and this is a great opportunity. You really shouldn't pass it up. Imagine this, a free hour with other people who are learning your target language or who speak it at a high level or who are even native speakers. That's a tremendous opportunity, tremendous value, and I'm working hard to provide it for you every single week. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here next time.